All right, let's get ready to rumble. Today we are diving right into the ring with some of the strongest creatures on Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Raw power.
Absolute.
Epic showdowns. These are the ones where size and muscle
And aggression.
exactly determine the winner.
Yep.
And you guys provided some amazing sources for this one.
Yeah, some really cool stuff.
All about ranking the strongest land animals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to dig into this.
Yeah, it's fascinating because, we always think about strength and, we picture those classic predators, right? Lions, tigers, bears.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But what's so cool about these sources is that they reveal a whole different perspective. And
Yep.
you might be surprised to learn that brute force isn't the only thing that matters.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's not always about who's the biggest or who has the sharpest teeth, right? Sometimes it's those creatures that you just least expect
Absolutely.
that can really pack a punch.
Yeah.
Like the honey badger.
Yeah, the honey badger.
This little guy, I mean, we're talking the size of a medium-sized dog.
Yeah.
And it's earned the title of world's most fearless animal.
That's right, according to the Guinness Book of World Records.
That's no joke.
And for good reason.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, their diet is like a who's who of the animal kingdom. It's honey, insects, fruits, scorpions, snakes,
Wow.
even small crocodiles.
I mean,
They just aren't intimidated by size or reputation. They just attack animals much larger than themselves.
talk about punching above your weight class.
Right.
What makes them so fearless? I mean, it's not like they're wearing armor.
Well, they do have this secret weapon, a thick, rubbery hide,
Okay.
almost impenetrable to bites and stings.
So almost like a natural bulletproof vest.
Yeah, and if that's not enough, they can also spray this foul-smelling liquid
Oh, wow.
to disorient their opponents before they attack.
So they're like stink bombs with claws.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But I imagine even with all of that toughness, I mean, a honey badger wouldn't stand a chance against like a hippo, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
They might be able to take on, a lion or a leopard, but when it comes to those larger predators,
Yeah.
they're still vulnerable.
Makes sense.
And speaking of hippos,
Okay.
they're a perfect example of how strength can be both defensive and offensive.
Oh, yeah.
They may seem docile with those cute little ears, but you know what they say?
Yeah.
Looks can be deceiving.
Oh, yeah. I've heard the stories about hippos being really aggressive. I always thought they were herbivores, though.
They are.
So, like, what makes them so dangerous?
It's a combination of things. For one thing, they are massive.
Right.
An average weight of 1.5 tons,
Wow.
but some individuals exceeding 3 tons.
Jeez.
And those canines, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
they can grow up to 30 centimeters long
That's huge.
with a bite force of over 1.3 tons.
Wow.
So to put that in perspective,
Yeah.
that's strong enough to crush a car.
I'm starting to see why you don't want to get on a hippo's bad side.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to test that. But, and they're so bulky. I wouldn't think they'd be very fast, but don't underestimate their speed. Despite the stocky build and those short legs, they can run up to 40-kilometer rates.
That's pretty fast.
It is.
So they can move.
They can move, and their aggression, a lot of times it comes from fear and insecurity,
Oh, wow.
which makes them even more dangerous because they're unpredictable.
Yeah.
So if you see a hippo charging, don't even try to outrun it.
Yeah, you're not going to win that race.
You're not going to win that race. Now, if we're talking about pure brute force, we have to talk about gorillas.
Yeah.
These are animals that are so closely related to us,
Yeah.
yet they possess incredible physical power.
Yeah, and I always find it fascinating that they have that raw strength, but they're also incredibly intelligent.
Yes.
Like they're second only to humans on this list.
It's true. And their grip strength, 500 kilograms.
Wow.
That's almost 3 times that of the world's strongest man.
That's insane.
It's a direct result of their lifestyle, swinging through trees, manipulating heavy objects. Perfect example of how evolution shapes physical attributes for survival.
Yeah.
And when you combine that strength with their intelligence, it makes you wonder, what kind of strategic fighting tactics they could come up with.
It's kind of scary to think about.
It is.
Okay, I'm officially adding gorillas to my list of animals I never want to mess with.
Good choice.
But going back to those classic predators,
Yes.
where do lions and tigers rank in terms of pure strength?
Well, you might be surprised to learn that lions actually land in 10th place on this list.
Really?
They're definitely powerful creatures, an average weight of 270 kilograms,
Yeah.
bite force of 310 kilograms.
Apparently not enough to crack the top 9.
No, not quite.
What gives? I always thought of lions as like the king of the jungle.
It's a common misconception.
Yeah.
While they are apex predators in their environment, there are several other creatures whose strength surpasses theirs. Their
Yeah.
mane, for instance,
Yeah.
that's not just for show.
Yeah.
It's protection against neck bites. Their primary mode of attack.
It's fascinating, all these little adaptations.
Yeah, nature's amazing.
So if lions are in 10th place,
Mm-hmm.
where do tigers fall?
Coming in at 9th place is the tiger,
Okay.
which makes sense when you consider their size advantage.
Right.
They're typically 30 to 50 centimeters larger than lions,
Wow.
and some can even reach 700 kilograms.
That's more than twice the size of a lion.
It is.
So in a one-on-one match, the tiger would likely come out on top.
Most likely.
Okay.
They also have superior jumping,
Okay.
climbing, overall strength compared to lions.
Wow.
And if you think tigers are impressive, wait till you hear about the animal that claims 8th.
Okay.
It's the American bison.
Hold on, bison.
Mhm.
Aren't those the ones that are always being hunted by lions and tigers?
Yeah, true. They are often prey animals, but
Yeah.
don't underestimate them because
Uh-huh.
it turns out that bison are responsible for more human fatalities than bears in America.
Really?
I know. Kind of surprising.
That's a statistic I'm not going to forget anytime soon.
It really highlights how, their defensive strength is tied to their temperament.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike bears who might retreat, bison are fiercely protective of their herds,
Okay.
so they are more likely to charge when they're threatened.
So those herbivores should not be underestimated in the strength department?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, now speaking of powerful jaws,
Yes,
the next contender is the undisputed bite force champion,
that's right.
saltwater crocodile.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're talking a bite force capable of crushing turtle shells
Oh, easily.
and bones with ease.
And bones with ease. Incredible bite force, and we can't forget their size.
Yeah, how big do they get?
Well, the largest saltwater crocodile ever recorded was over 6 meters long.
Wow.
Weighed over 2 tons.
That's massive.
It is.
Okay, so if you're ever unfortunate enough to encounter one of these, I mean,
Yeah.
what's the best strategy? Play dead?
Not quite.
Okay.
While they are apex predators in the water,
Yeah?
on land speed is your best friend.
Okay.
They're not quite as agile out of the water.
Okay.
So if you can outrun them, you might just survive.
All right, so on land, run.
Run. But in the water, there's really no escape.
Noted.
Yeah.
Crocodiles officially added to my avoid at all costs list.
Good choice.
All right, who's next in this lineup of powerhouses?
In 5th place, we have the brown bear,
Right.
specifically the Kodiak bear subspecies.
All right.
And these bears are massive,
Yeah.
weighing up to a ton
Wow.
and standing over 2.5 meters tall.
That's taller than most basketball players.
It is.
What about striking force?
Oh, just as impressive.
Okay.
Up to 2 tons.
So they're strong like a gorilla, but with the added bonus of being a meat eater.
Yeah, precisely. So, gorillas are primarily herbivores,
Right.
but brown bears are omnivores,
Right.
which makes that strength even more intimidating.
Makes sense.
They're not afraid to use those powerful claws and teeth
Yeah.
to take down prey.
Okay, this list just keeps getting more and more surprising.
It does.
4th place, we have
Have-
giraffes.
Giraffes.
Who would have thought those gentle giants would be so high up on the strength rankings?
Right. But here's the thing. Giraffes can reach up to 6 meters tall.
Wow, that's tall.
They weigh close to 2 tons.
Jeez.
And their legs are incredibly powerful.
Yeah, powerful enough to deliver the strongest kicks in the entire animal kingdom.
Exactly.
Imagine a giraffe kicking down a tree,
Right.
or even fatally injuring a lion with a single well-placed kick.
It's crazy. And then they've also got those 5 horns on their heads.
Oh, yeah.
They use those for headbutting during fights,
Wow.
especially during fights with each other.
So they've got the kicks,
They've got the kicks,
the horns,
the height.
the weight.
Giraffes are basically walking weapons.
They really are.
And now we're entering the top 3.
Okay, here we go.
Coming in at 3rd place are those seemingly docile hippos we talked about earlier.
Right, those aggressive herbivores with a bone-crushing bite.
That's right.
So who could possibly be stronger than a hippo?
Well, taking the 2nd place spot are rhinos.
Rhinos. I can definitely see how their size and horns would make them a formidable opponent, and it's fascinating to me that there are 5 different species of rhinoceros.
That's right. And just to clear up a common misconception, both black and white rhinos are actually gray. The
Oh, yeah.
names are a bit misleading.
Okay.
The main difference is in their diet and mouth shape.
So their mouths determine what they eat, which in turn influences their entire lifestyle.
Precisely. The difference in their mouths pointed for black rhinos and flat for white rhinos. That difference might seem small, but it dictates their entire ecological niche.
Right.
It determines what they eat, where they live, and how they interact with other species.
Makes sense.
Black rhinos with their pointed mouths are adapted for browsing on leaves and shrubs, while white rhinos with their flat mouths are grazers, preferring to munch on grass.
It's amazing how those seemingly small differences can have such a big impact on an animal's role
Absolutely.
in the ecosystem.
Now, the largest rhino species, the Indian and white rhinos, can reach up to 3.5 tons and 4.5 meters in length.
That's huge.
And speaking of white rhinos, it's heartbreaking to know that the northern white rhino is on the brink of extinction,
Yeah.
with only 2 females remaining in a Kenyan sanctuary.
Yeah, it's a stark reminder of the devastating impact humans have had on wildlife. And I remember hearing about the last male northern white rhino, Sudan, who was euthanized back in 2018 due to age and injuries.
It's a tragic story, and it underscores the urgency of conservation efforts.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
getting back to the incredible strength of rhinos,
Okay.
their skin, for instance, is incredibly durable.
Yeah, how so?
It's up to 5 centimeters thick and virtually impenetrable to most animal claws and teeth.
So they're basically wearing a suit of armor.
Yeah, no wonder they're so tough.
Yeah.
And they're not just tough, they're also surprisingly fast, reaching speeds of up to 55 kilometers per hour.
Wow. Didn't expect that.
And those horns, of course, are strategically placed for charging and goring opponents, making them formidable in both attack and defense.
Yeah, sadly, those horns have also made them a target for poachers who, are driven by these false beliefs about the medicinal properties of the rhino horn.
Yeah, the illegal wildlife trade is a devastating threat to rhinos and countless other species.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder that we all have a role to play in protecting these magnificent creatures.
Okay, so we've explored some incredible contenders, from the fearless honey badger to the armored rhino.
Yeah, some amazing creatures.
Now I think it's time to crown the champion.
All right, let's do it.
Who takes the top spot in this battle of the behemoths?
Well, the undisputed king of strength in the animal kingdom, the one animal that truly reigns supreme in terms of pure power, is the elephant.
No surprise there. I mean, have you ever seen an elephant up close? They are absolutely colossal.
They are.
There's just no way anything else could compete with that kind of size and mass.
You're right. Their size is a major factor. They're the largest land animals on Earth.
Yeah.
Newborns weigh a staggering 90 to 100 kilograms, and the largest elephant ever recorded weighed an incredible 13.5 tons. That's like 10 cars.
It is. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
To think that something that massive can move with such grace and agility.
It really is, yeah.
It's a testament to their incredible muscular structure and coordination.
Right.
And while adult elephants are generally peaceful creatures, adolescent elephants can be quite aggressive.
Teenagers.
Exactly. But even a teenage elephant is a force to be reckoned with. We've all seen those videos of elephants flipping cars, tossing rhinos around, and crushing bones with a single step.
Their power is awe-inspiring. It's clear that their combination of size, strength, intelligence, and social behavior makes them the true rulers of the land.
And yet, despite their dominance, elephants face a formidable threat, humans.
Right.
The ivory trade has decimated their populations.
You're true.
And it's a tragedy that continues to unfold.
Yeah, and the cruelty involved in ivory harvesting is unimaginable.
It is.
To obtain a complete tusk, the elephant has to be killed. It's a sobering reminder that our choices as consumers have a direct impact on the survival of these creatures. You've hit the nail on the head. This deep dive isn't just about ranking animals based on strength.
Yeah.
It's about appreciating the diversity and wonder of the natural world. It's about understanding the delicate balance of ecosystems and recognizing the impact we have on them.
We've talked about poaching, habitat loss, the dangers of the ivory trade. These are serious issues that require our attention and action.
Absolutely. And they're issues that are directly linked to our choices as consumers.
Yeah.
Whether it's supporting sustainable tourism initiatives, advocating for stricter wildlife protection laws, or simply being more mindful of our own consumption habits.
Yeah.
Every little bit helps.
I love that you brought that up because it can be easy to feel overwhelmed by these global problems.
You can.
But it's empowering to know that we can all contribute to positive change.
This deep dive has challenged our assumptions about strength, highlighted the interconnectedness of nature,
Right.
and reminded us of our responsibility to protect our planet.
Totally. It's amazing how exploring a seemingly simple question, who's the strongest, can lead to such profound insights.
Yeah, I mean, the source material focused on physical strength,
Hmm.
but it makes you wonder, what if we factored in intelligence as well?
Right. We started this conversation by acknowledging that humans are intellectually superior,
Hmm.
but physically we're kind of wimpy compared to these animals.
We are.
So if we were to create a new ranking system that combined both physical and intellectual prowess,
Hmm.
would humans still be at the bottom of the list?
I'm not so sure, because our ability to use tools, strategize, and cooperate gives us a huge advantage.
Right.
We might not be able to wrestle a gorilla or outrun a rhino,
Yeah,
but we've found ways to build shelters, develop weapons, and even travel to space.
true.
Our intelligence has allowed us to overcome our physical limitations and become the dominant species on the planet.
But with that dominance comes a huge responsibility.
It does.
We have a moral obligation to protect these incredible animals and their habitats.
Couldn't agree more. And this deep dive has hopefully inspired our listeners to do their own research and explore these topics further.
Because that's what the deep dive is all about.
It is.
Sparking curiosity, encouraging exploration, and empowering you to become more informed and engaged citizens of the world.
So what's next on our deep dive agenda?
Well, you sent us a bunch of other fascinating sources, and we're already itching to dive into them.
Can you give us a sneak peek?
Oh, of course. We've got some rankings lined up about the fastest land animals,
Oh, cool.
the deadliest creatures in the ocean,
Oh, wow.
and even a deep dive into the most intelligent plant species.
Sounds like a fascinating mix of topics.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be fun.
Yeah,
Sounds like we'll be uncovering even more surprising facts and insights in our upcoming episodes.
absolutely. And as always, we encourage you to send us your own curiosities and questions.
Yeah, keep them coming.
We're always looking for new deep dives to
so
explore.
until then,
Yeah.
keep those brains buzzing,
Keep those questions flowing.
those curiosity engines running.
And remember, the world is a vast and fascinating place just waiting to be explored.
We'll see you on our next deep dive adventure.